That's why it says grouping right here. Alright, so when you have 4 terms, you have 3 steps that you're going to follow, and then we're going to write a special note for number 4. So the first step is, it's not just to freeze, split into 2 binomials. How many terms are in a binomial? 2. So if you're grouping by 4 terms, you start with your first 2, and you put parentheses around it, and your last 2 put parentheses. And we'll write parentheses in case we forget what that means. The second thing you do you need me to fix it? Okay, hang on. Factor out GCF of each binomial. What is the GCF? What's the GCF in general? Greatest. What does that mean, though?
The biggest number in
the biggest number that divides and the. There's something else. What if they have letters? Please stop ripping stuff and just putting it in there.
Yeah, bro.
No, I never care what your excuse is. I want you to stop doing what I ask you to do. And you just say, yes, Miss Asbury. GCF is the biggest number that divides and then the smallest exponent. And the third step write the 2 new binomials. The last thing you have to watch out for, the negatives.
It's crazy. They go through this 7 times a day.
I don't. I do this twice a day. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
We ready? Almost? Okay.
X3.
No, I'm really hungry.
Hey, where the peanuts? Why you saw the good peanuts?
Here you go. And you can get some peanuts. She just said she needs some real
He
peanuts.
black. Hey, I might like peanuts.
No, she still needs some.
That baby not gonna like no peanut. Give me a burger.
Alright, here we go. The first one, it says split into 2 binomials. So you put a parentheses around the first 2 and a parentheses around the last 2.
Ain't coughing all over here.
Alright, then it says factor out the GCF of each binomial. So what is the greatest common factor of 8x cubed and 4x squared? 4x squared. Good job, guys. Alright, so what's 8 divided by 4?
2.
And if you have, you'll have 1x left over. 4x squared divided by 4x squared is
2x squared.
1.
1x squared.
Just 1.
Just 1. I know.
God, no.
1, that's why I wrote a 1. Alright, what's the GCF of 10x and 5? 5. Alright, what's 10x divided by 5? 2x. 5 divided by 5?
X.
What is 5 divided by 5? I'm saying it.
You can't put 5 into 5 times.
Huh? What? I said.
Okay, now, do you see how they both have this in common?
No.
Where it says write the 2 new binomials, you take the 2x plus 1, and you're going to put it right here. Now, what's left over if we take out the 2x plus 1? We took this out. What's left?
El 5 y el 4.
4x squared plus
That's it. And you're done.
Vine a entender.
You say this was gonna be, no,
You said this was gonna be real easy, man, Bowie.
It is.
I thought it was graphing.
Mhm.
I thought it was graphing.
Grouping.
I thought you said
Grouping.
graphic.
I'm saying, yeah.
That's
I
the
swear.
next unit.
Oh.
Oh.
see, that's why I don't ask questions.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so the first thing we did was we factored out the GCF, we got 4x squared. We factored out the 5, and we got 2x plus 1 in our parentheses. When you see that they have the parentheses as the same thing, you bring it down, bring down the rest. That's it. That's all you do. If they don't, you need to go back and check for negatives.
But they always supposed to.
Yes, these two parentheses are always supposed to be the same. That's the point. Alright, let's do example 2 together. Put your parentheses around the first two,
110.
and put it around the last two as well, including that negative.
11 going over. Is that a? Oh, that's 110. Oh, my bad.
Alright, now, what is the biggest number that goes into both 110 and 77? 11. And what is your smallest exponent? Alright, what is 110 x cubed divided by 11x squared? 10 x. Good. Alright, and then what's 77 divided by 11? And that's it, because we took both x's out. Does everybody see how I got that? All we did was divide. So we did 110 divided by 11, we got 10. We have 3 x's, we take out 2, we have 1 left over. We have 77 divided by 11, we get 7. You have 2 x's, you take out 2, you've got none. Now, both of these are a negative, right? So we're going to factor out a negative. What is the biggest number that goes into 60 and 42?
7, 8, 10. 7?
6 times
Yes,
6.
divide.
6 times 6.
7 doesn't go into 60. The biggest.
I don't know. I'm
7
done.
times 7. 7 times 7.
49.
55 doesn't go into 42.
That's not
No.
749.
Oh my God, stop. It's negative 6.
I said 6 the first time.
You were saying 6 times 6, and that doesn't give us either of these numbers. And you get a point. And it's negative because we're taking out a negative. Alright, so what is negative 60 divided by negative 6? 10x. And what's negative 42 divided by negative 6? Plus 7. Because they're both negative, so you factor out a negative.
I'm going to do an example.
And another reason, Natalie, this had a plus in it, correct? So we want to make this one a plus. And to make this a positive 7, you have to divide negative 42 by negative 6. Alright, now, are the parentheses the same?
Sí.
So we bring them down, and we get 10x plus 7.
11x2 menos 6.
Uh-huh.
It pop up. It pop.
And then you bring... Ooh, no, that arrow should go right here. I got excited.
Leave by the water.
Hey, can I do example 3?
Ya la traigo.
No, we are doing example 3 together.
Nomás tienes el pasaporte, mudo.
Okay, we're doing one more problem together, and then you're going to do 4 without me. Is everybody ready? Is anybody not ready? Come on, Ronaldo. You done? Okay. Alright, number 3.
Okay.
What's the first thing you do?
9x.
Parentheses. Wait, just wait. I want us to do our parentheses first, and I need y'all to stop talking. You need to be paying attention and not talking. Does everyone in here understand? Are you sure? Alright, now what is the biggest number that goes into 27 and 9? The biggest.
9.
9. Okay? And then what's our smallest exponent?
2. 2.
Like, just look at it. Just take a minute and look at it. That's all I want you to do. Alright, now what's 27 divided by 9? 3. And if you have 3 x's and you take out 2, how many are left over?
Plus 1.
Plus 1. Why is it plus 1, Reggie?
Because 2 minus 2.
And you have 9x squared divided by 9x squared. Good, take a point. All right, now what's the biggest common factor that goes into both negative 24 and negative 8? Positivo, negativo? Negative 8. Good. You just sticking it right there.
Always bring
Alright.
the negative down.
If it has a negative, always bring the negative down. That's why number 4 said watch out for negatives that we wrote at the top.
Okay.
All right, what's negative 24 divided by negative 8?
No, 3.
X.
Más
All
1.
right, and then negative 8 divided by negative 8 is
Más 1.
positive 1. Now, are the parentheses the same? So you write 3x plus 1, and then you bring down what's left over. 9x squared minus 8 quantity. Ta-dum.
Yeah.
Now do example 4 without me.
Done. Boom. Oh my god. I'm always putting something on.
It looks like a 0, not a 1.
Anybody what? Perfect.
Do example 4.
Is that a 5?
Mm-hmm.
That's my own.
Ya, maestra.
No. No. Okay.
Ooh, it will.
Are you done?
I like this. You know how I get back. Come on, man. Wait, can I make my playlist right quick?
No.
This that old 2K. Have on the sticky note. My part.
Yes.
Hey, tell me the song y'all want.
But see, I specifically picked instrumental rap music so it could be songs that are rap songs but without words. And then we're sitting here dancing and not doing our work. So I don't know if we're going to be able to have a playlist of songs that we like and then still do our work. Other people can, but apparently Chandler can't.
Hey. Hold on. Time out. Who like rap music in here?
Nobody is.
Okay. Hold on. I like Bob. I'm gonna pass it around to y'all.
I like that 4 people raised their hands.
Some of that kids.
4.
I ranked mine. Alright, what's the biggest perfect square of 8x cubed? Not Jorge. Of 8x cubed and 12x squared.
4.
Cuatro
No.
X dos. I know, life is tough. Alright, what's 8 divided by 4? Dos X. And then 12x squared divided by 4x squared? Más tres. Good. Take a point. Alright, what goes into both 10x and 15? 10x divided by 5 is? 15 divided by 5 is? Alright, now, are the parentheses the same? So you write 2x plus 3, and then what do you bring down out front? Good, take a point. How many of us got that one right? If 2 people at the table got it right, take a point.
I got it right. Hey, where you went?
He's sick. I think he has the flu.
Oh.
Yeah. Go get my blanket. There's a jacket back there too.
So we have to put the square down when we do this?
If the smallest exponent is 2, then
No,
yes.
I mean like on the final one.
Where would we put a squared at other than right here?
Or the square just right
Yeah.
there. Okay.
Yes. I was confused on which part you were asking.
Yeah.
So if the smallest exponent is 2, then yes, you have to bring it down.
Oh, we got to do all that.
Wait, so like you wouldn't just bring down the square on like any of them? It's just.
Like if this was x squared and x, you would just factor out 1x, correct? Yeah. All right. The next step. Are we ready? Go to page 25. open up the flappy at the bottom that says 4 terms. If you don't have this, just write it down with me. I know, life is tough.
I said 4 terms. I don't know why.
It's an F. How it curves at the top. If you look really close. Alright, so now, no, we're doing 4 terms. That's, I literally repeat myself like 6 times. Alright, are we ready? So the first one, is this already broken down into the 2 parts that we need? It is. So all we have to do here is bring down what they have in common, which is x minus 2, and then bring down 5x plus 7. So do example 21 without me. No, straight down. Go straight down. 20 and then 21's right below it. So go straight down. Let me move it up. Is that better?
Hey, you
Okay.
passed the parachute? You still right. Hey, you right away.
He needs to be doing his math.
I can multitask like so.
Can you?
Yeah. You go.
You have not proved that to me.
I did that a couple of times before.
Trying to hide from the camera.
Like when you get on my nerves and don't do your work at the same time?
I ain't never did that.
I feel like we're all remembering things differently. Alright, are we done with 21?
No.
Hey, can you actually do this?
That's it. No?
So, actually do this. Natalie, what?
I started to ask you.
Oh, okay.
You did this while I was out.
The special products?
Yes.
No.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Alright. First time we do is what?
We've already written one down. So I'm not explaining it again.
I said do 21. Okay. 5. Bring it down. 9. Negative 9. Right.
Are you not cold right now?
That shit feel good. I ain't gonna lie, it's good.
But it was cold.
Bro, it feels great now, bro.
Y'all talking about cold.
Yo lo estoy arrematando,
It'll be
Give me some cold cuts.
Damn it! I'm doing what?
Pinche gordo de mierda.
I got 9 of them. Negative 9 of them. 5. That's right. The first one to do.
Is that what we did up there?
Eres más
Okay,
mandilón.
go to the next step.
No pasa nada si soy mandilón. Me gusta ser mandilón.
Hey,
A cualquier que yo.
Oh my gosh, the whole class is off task because you're taking forever. Fantastic. Okay, so you bring down the first 2. You have negative 9m minus 5. Then you bring down m plus 3. How many of us got that right?
Yo,
Good job. Take a point for your team.
excepto el
Why
Aya.
point thing?
Who are you screaming at?
I really can't wait for this thing.
All right, now let's look at example 22. What is different about 22?
Doesn't have there's no difference yet.
Yes, the parentheses aren't the same.
No. No.
Okay.
Same, but like you're in
The parentheses are not the same, but they're in different order, correct? So we don't have y minus 2, and we need y minus 2. So the first thing we're going to do is rewrite this as y minus 2. Don't put anything here. Leave a space. Now, if I change the order, I also have to change the signs, correct? Because this is a positive 2 and a negative y. I made it a positive y and a negative 2. When you do that, change the sign right here. So this is going to be minus 4.
It's okay, it's like that.
Yep. Because if we changed everything in here, that means we have to change this. So as long as you change both.
Can you do that again?
I will, yeah. Alright, so what I did was I started with this, right? And I saw that these 2 parentheses were not the same thing. I want to make them the same thing. So then I rewrote everything except I didn't write my plus 4. And I rearranged this. So if I rearrange this without changing the signs, it'll be negative y plus 2. But that doesn't help me, does it? Because I need y minus 2. So I would have to change both of the signs here. If I change the signs here, I have to change the sign here.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I did.
So can you do it on the other side too? If it's like that?
Yeah. And so then you bring down what they have in common, y minus 2, and then you bring down 3y squared minus 4. Alright, try example 23 without me. Do the same thing.
No, they have to.
Because those are backwards, right?
I ain't wrote mine yet.
What should the sign be in front of the 3?
Yeah.
Like what thing?
Plus.
Because you gotta change the
I
sign.
didn't put a plus. I didn't just do it as
Hey.
like you know how it's been.
Okay, it is supposed to look like this.
Where is it? What is that? You have 3y squared, quantity y minus 2 minus 4y. Yes. I'm sorry. I thought you were on the next one, and that's why I was like, I don't understand. So, you wrote the correct thing, except you didn't change your sign here. Remember, if you change this order, you have to change the sign. Every time.
It's always the signs that's messing me. I don't
Yeah.
know what. Hey, after you get done, you together.
Alright, so, did you guys rewrite it like this? Do we need a moment to finish? Okay, that's fine.
You like Drake? This sounds good.
No,
You don't?
no.
Looks like a lot of artists.
I'm trying to tell you,
You know why? Because they don't sing about anything that has any kind of meaning or substance
You're
Yes,
right.
it do.
at all.
So-
They just sing about
We know.
beating on women, talking to women, and doing drugs. That's it. That's it.
You don't listen to all this.
You're the one that listens.
But still, but I don't matter, bro.
The difference.
It's catchy.
That's all they sing about.
No, I promise.
That is literally all rap music is today. I do like old school rap, but that's all current rap music is today. There are some of them, but not the popular ones. The popular ones that have music that's really good, that has substance that matters, don't ever make it to the radio. And you know why? Because they don't have a hook. And your generation is addicted on the stupid hook. You literally like it when they say the same thing over and over and over and over and over. That makes no sense. And it, I can't.
Gucci gang.
Right.
That's so
¿Has visto el Bad Bunny? No hay música.
Alright, did you get this? Yes? Awesome. Alright, let's look at the last part and then you're doing your maze.
I can't even think
Alright.
about artists. Like,
So, in case you've forgotten from 3 minutes ago, put the 2 parentheses around them. What's the second step after we put the parentheses?
You guys find what can go into
The GCF, what goes into both of them. Good, both of you take a point. What do x cubed and 2x squared have in common? X dos. So then you have x plus 2. What goes into both 8 and 16? And you're left with?
No, más que tú no.
Alright, now what do you do?
X squared plus 8. And then X plus 2.
Good, both of you get a point.
I love this.
I told you that grouping was easy.
I can only think of 2
No, no
artists.
tienen una almohadita por ahí.
Yeah, you'll see.
Alright, number 25. I would rewrite it in the order of x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x minus 10. Work that out, then start on your maze. If you finish your maze, you don't have homework.
Ni no entender.
You gotta do your pass out.
Ni no entender.
Okay?
Ni no entender.
Why?
Ni no
Y'all are awful.
They really are. Oh my god, this artist, you listen to like